Hey, what's up guys? Today's video was actually going to be a wrap-up video for the month of April, but it's actually going to end up being a book review because for the month of April I only read just one book. And that book actually put me into a major reading slump. So that's the one book I read for the month of April. I did not really like this book very much, but I decided to give you guys a book review anyway. So the book that I read for the month of April, it's called Ancillary Justice by N. Leckie. It's a sci-fi book, and I don't have the physical copy with me because I read it as an ebook on my iPad. And the reason I actually read it is because I decided I wanted to kind of rejoin a book club, and the closest Barnes & Nobles has like different kinds of book clubs, and the one that caught my eye was, of course, the sci-fi fantasy one because that is my favorite genre, and I thought, cool, I decided to join. And this is the book that they read for the month of April. This book is kind of hard to explain, so I'll try to explain it as best as I can without actually spoiling anything. The book is about a character named Breck, who is a sole survivor ancillary from a ship called the Justice of Torin. An ancillary is a artificial intelligence that controls a corpse of the human body. And she is just actually one of many ancillaries from this ship, Justice of Torin. So they kind of have like the same consciousness from each other. And of course she's a sole survivor, which means that the Justice of Torin has been destroyed, and she becomes isolated on this icy planet. There's really kind of no name to that. On this planet, she encounters a former person from her past, and this person is kind of addicted a little bit to drugs, and Breck tries her best to make her better. But Breck's main mission is justice for the Justice of Torin. So this book is actually written in two different time frames. You have the present, which Breck is on this icy planet, and then you have the past, Breck's past, which is 19 years ago, that leads her into how she got onto this planet in the first place. What I find fascinating was in this book was the pronouns that the author did here. Of course, when we read a book, we specifically find out what gender the character is. In Breck's language, to everybody, everybody's known as a she, as a female. But sometimes Breck could actually be wrong, because in other societies, in their language, their person, or what Breck thinks this person's a she, the other person would actually think that this person would be a he, if I'm making sense out of that. So there's really no he or she specifically, I guess, which I kind of found a little bit fascinating. I kind of, something you really don't see a lot. There's really not much I want to say for this book because I was confused in so many different levels. I think this is why I don't read a lot of sci-fi books. At first I gave this a kind of a 3 out of 5 stars, but I think I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5 stars because not only was I just confused with this book, I also really didn't care about it. I really didn't care about this character, Breck. I mean, even though this book was so much different than what I would normally read. So I understand that this book people love so much. I mean, this book has won so many awards, like the Hugo and the Nebula, and I could see why for that. So I kind of get the concept of the story, I just did not get it whatsoever, if that makes sense. This is actually a debut novel that N. Leckie did, so it is very impressive, I will say, and this is actually a first book of a trilogy. I'm thinking it's a trilogy, so I think the second book is already out. I really have no plans on reading the second book. That's all I'm going to say. So, let me know down in the comments below if you have read this book, if you liked it or not, what your favorite part was, and yeah, just let me know. So that is all I'm going to do for this review, and yeah. So I don't think I've had anything else to say about this book, really, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I knocked down some books. Later!